the place. From top to, everything was anointed with oil. Well, your body is the temple of God. It's just amazing to me how you can put the olive oil all over your temple, and it's beneficial for your skin and for your health. The longest living person on record, just off Wikipedia, you can read that she had a diet that was very rich in olive oil. Okay? Do the math on it yourself, you'll be convinced. And just try it. Nothing beats an experiment. Get olive oil into your diet. Have olive oil baths regularly. And notice how your skin looks healthy. And you'll feel better as well. You can add olive oil to the table. And olive oil is, of course, I would say it's golden. Golden olive oil, golden divides by 3. Add that to the party. Colors and all that stuff. So, and by the way, never forget that the six colors of the Rubik's Cube by Divine Ordinance add perfectly to 333. And whenever you look at any angle of it, the 3 colors that are always coming into your vision when it's all complete always add to a multiple of 3 by Divine Ordinance. So, anything else that we want to share from recent history? Did I write anything in the notebook here? Oh man, it was just awesome. I love sleep a lot. It's so good for your health and longevity. I was at a Bible study, a community group like a while back, where they went around the room somewhat rotely at the beginning, and people kind of confessed what they like to do in their spare time, or what they do in their spare time. And this one girl, Cheryl, volleyball girl, she confessed that in her spare time she loves to just nap and eat. And she loves to just nap, sleep, and eat. And I was just like, praise the Lord. I was just like, I love to sleep. I'm like, and lions sleep a lot, and the lion is the king of beasts, and Jesus is the Lion of Judah. Look at nature. Look at what lions do. They sleep a lot, and they look gorgeous. Far better that all of us were taking better care of our body and looking like kings and queens and have gorgeous physiques than something else. I mean, I love sleep, but I'm remembering what she said, and I was like, yeah, I love sleep too. It's like, why not? Bodybuilders know how important sleep is. They will sleep as much as they can. They will try and sleep like 14 hours a day because they know that sleep is the most important mechanism to building muscle and repairing the body. People like Marcus Rule, it's too extreme. Like don't go there. But if you want some tips on bulking up as a gift to your spouse, then sleep is the most important thing for repair. Just some other words here. Everything is small to God. That's a divine word from the Lord that divides by 3. Oh, yesterday was my birthday, and I got this word from the Lord. My 33rd birthday, no less. Happy birthday, son. Adds perfectly to 201. Basically, one of my favorite numbers in all of world history. And then you can say, happy birthday, daughter. Daughter divides by 3 using the same digits as son. Son is 48, daughter is 84. So if you say, happy birthday, daughter, if God says that to you, then that divides by 3 as well. And then I love the phrase, go for it. God has given me that word all the time. In 3 words, bookended with 27, adds to 90. Don't be afraid, only believe. Don't be afraid divides by 3. Only and believe both divide by 3. Don't be afraid, only believe. I gotta preach on this for a bit. I gotta preach on believing. And I gotta preach on how faith pleases God. It's not works as much as it is faith. We are called believers. That's what we are called. We're called believers. It's like, sometimes I think Christians forget the faith. The faith. Like, it's like, well, I had to believe, in order to receive my salvation, and now I'm just going to do things. It's like, no. It's like faith pleases God. Risk pleases God. Risk is right. Believe. Ask God for things in prayer. Faith. We are believers. We are believers. Just let that sink in. The Christian is not a good person that does good things, just like a Muslim, or just like a Buddhist, or just like some godless person in society that does good things. They always follow the law. They're always doing the right things. No, a Christian is a believer. A believer, a believer, a believer. Someone who asks God for crazy things and believes in God for miracles. A believer. A dreamer even. Like, come on, are you asking God for miracles? Are you asking God for dreams to come true? Are you asking God for the impossible? Everything is small to God. You're a believer. First and foremost, you're a believer. You should be a person of faith who prays and asks God for big things. That is the hallmark of a believer. I even think we should go back to using that word believer even more than the word Christian, because there's just so much, works-oriented thinking with that word Christian. Oh, he's a good person. Oh, he does the right thing. Oh, he doesn't smoke or drink or curse. That is not the gold medal. The gold medal is faith in God, belief in God, love for God, and total confidence in the ability of God. Okay? So, Jesus said over and over again, only believe. Only believe. Like, stop doing other things and just believe. Like, that's what you did to get saved. The same thing keeps happening. He who supplies the Spirit to you and works miracles among you, does he do it by the works of the law? Or does he do it by the hearing of faith? Is God hearing you? Call upon him for outrageous things. Don't be afraid. Only believe. I love that. Believe divides by 3. Only divides by 3. Only believe. And it's beautiful. It knits together with 27, the perfect cube of 3. Only believe. Have you ever had a week or a day where you just decided you were going to only believe? Jesus said, whatever you ask in prayer, believing. You have to believe that God actually is going to answer your prayer. We are such a fleshly doing crowd. We do prayer. Like, we do prayer. We don't actually believe. We just do prayer. We gotta do prayer right now, but we don't even believe. We just do prayer. We just keep doing things. Have you ever had a day or an entire week where you just decided, I am going to only believe? Like, I am just going to ask God for what I desire genuinely, and I am going to believe that it's going to happen. And I'm going to believe it. Believe, believe, believe. In God. Man, don't be afraid. Only believe. Everything is small to God. Whew. But that was an awesome gem. So happy birthday divides by 3. Happy is 66. Birth is 57. Day is 30. I believe that adds to 153. Perfect. And then happy birthday to you divides by 3. Happy birthday to you, 3. Happy birthday to you, 3. Happy birthday, dear so-and-so. Happy birthday to you, 3. Thank you for glorifying the Trinity. Every single time you've said the words happy birthday, same thing as Merry Christmas. I mean, it's all threes. It's just... So, don't be afraid, only believe. And then physical worship. Physical kneeling time in silence. Like, let's just be completely honest about how it works. There's nothing hocus pocus. There's nothing... I can't stand spiritual terms like to make people all confused about what it means to like wait on the Lord. Say, what do I actually do, Pastor? What do I actually do to wait on the Lord, to renew my strength? How do I do it? Like, do I set a clock? Like, what do I do to grow spiritually? How do I get closer to God? How do I become more like God naturally through His Spirit? Here is how you do it. Here's an important thing. You put yourself in a room that is completely quiet and is guaranteed going to be free from interruption. Okay? Where no one's going to interrupt you. It's quiet. It's like you're okay, all by yourself. You physically kneel down on the ground, or have a pillow or a mat or a mattress, something that's comfortable enough for you to kneel for a proper amount of time. Okay? You physically get down on your knees. You might go all the way down on your hands and face. That's usually what I do. And you just stay there. And you wait. And you wait for God to speak to you personally. Okay? You wait for God to speak to you personally. It will not be an audible voice, almost guaranteed. I have never had an audible, but He will speak to you in your mind. You might even get visualizations. I typically get words from the Lord. I will sometimes bring a notebook so that I write things down. But just stay there on your knees, in silence. Because God knows everything, you don't know anything. So the more important thing in prayer is silence and listening and waiting. And it might be 20 minutes before you hear the voice of God. You might be waiting. The Lord's been speaking to me about this. It's like, Derek, if the Queen of England was coming over for a visit, don't you think you would start getting ready 1 hour before she arrives? Absolutely. Well, if you're going to respect God, you might be waiting on your knees in silence for however many minutes. Maybe it's 1 minute, maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's a whole hour. Maybe you're just going to enjoy the peace and the love and the presence of God without a word. Maybe you're just going to enjoy, and God is watering your spirit when you are down on your knees worshiping Him, respecting Him, waiting on Him. Even if you hear nothing, your spirit has grown. It's invisible. Spiritual growth is not nearly as much intellectual as it is simply spiritual. Time worshiping God. Time in the presence of God. It's like rain upon the ground that seeps into the roots of a tree. And over time the tree gets bigger, but day by day you don't see it changing size. Okay? And there's always a blissful peace walking with God. There's always a blissful peace being in the presence of God. It's never a crazy, rush fest. And you're when you spend time alone with God, you're not going to be bombarded. You're not going to all of a sudden get the shakes all over you and feel like you're scared out of your booties and like you can't handle all the inputs that He's throwing at you. It's going to be extremely peaceful. So, there you go. Okay, wonderful. Those are some great gems. I'm gonna probably. Oh yeah, I just love getting stuff in all languages. Just amazing. I love gems like this. Improved. Don't you love how everything is like an act of love? It's like when people say, improved, we've worked harder, to make this a better thing for you. Improved, we love you. Improved, we did a better job, guys. Improved divides by 3. And the reason I want to share that one is because the French on the other side divides by 3. Okay? Both divide by 3. Improved. We've done an even better job. for you. We love you. We love you. It's all about love. There you go. So I'm going to spend some knee time right now, and it's going to be an awesome day.